Welcome to Don Bosco in a Year podcast.
Day 43. Vicar Cavour's opposition. The Oratory in trouble again. One day, a police official saw me bring 400 chattering and playful boys to silence in the field. By raising my hand, he exclaimed, "If this priest were an army general, he could take on the most powerful army in the world." Really, the obedience and affection of my pupils bordered on foolishness. This very thing gave renewed credence of the rumor that Don Bosco and his sons could start a revolution at a moment's notice. It was a ridiculous claim, but local authorities swallowed it again, especially Marquis Cavour, father of the famous Camillo Cavour, who was instrumental in unifying Italy later. At that time, he was vicar of a city, which means he was in charge of the civil power. He therefore was summoned to the city hall and reasoned with me at length about the silly stories about me, which were then doing the rounds. He ended up by saying, "My good priest, take my advice, let these scoundrels go their way. They will bring only trouble on you and the public authorities. I have been assured that these meetings are dangerous, and therefore I cannot permit them." I replied, "Lord Marquis, I have no other aim but the betterment of these poor sons of the people. I do not ask for financial assistance, but only for a place where I can bring them together. In this way, I hope to reduce the number of loafers and those headed for prison." "You're fooling yourself, my good priest. Have patience, and do as I say. I cannot allow such meetings." "My Lord Marquis, don't grant this concession for my sake, but for the good of so many abandoned youngsters who could most likely come to a sad end." "Quiet. I'm not here to argue. This is a disorder, and I wish and must put a stop to it. Don't you know that every meeting is banned unless held with the Archbishop's permission? My meetings have no political scope. I teach catechism to poor boys, and I do so with the Archbishop's permission. Does this Archbishop know what is going on? He is fully informed. I have never taken a step without his consent. But I cannot allow these gatherings. I cannot believe, Lord Marquis, that you want to forbid me to teach catechism when my Archbishop permits it. And supposing the Archbishop were to tell you to drop this ridiculous undertaking of yours, would you put difficulties in the way?" "None whatever. I undertook this work on the advice of my ecclesiastical superior, and I have continued with it. At the least sign for him, I would be ready to do his bidding. Go, I shall speak with the Archbishop. But don't be obstinate in accepting his orders, or I shall be forced to take severe measures which I would prefer not to use." At this stage of the proceedings, I believed that we would be left in peace for at least a while. Imagine my disappointment, therefore, when I arrived home to find a letter from the Philippi brothers ordering me out of the place pleased me. When my friends got wind of these latest difficulties, many came to advise me to quit. Others, noticing my preoccupation and seeing me always surrounded by boys, began to say I had gone mad. One day, in the presence of Father Sebastian and others, Dr. Borelli suggested to me, let's cut our losses now and salvage what we can. Let's send away all the youngsters except for about 20 of the youngsters. While we continue to teach catechism to them, God will open the way and opportunities of doing more. There's no need to wait for further opportunity, I told them. Besides, already, a spacious courtyard, a house with many children, a portico, a church, priest, clerics, all at our disposal. But what are these things? Dr. Borelli broke in. I don't know where they are, but they don't exist and they are ours. At this, Dr. Borelli bursts into tears. Poor Don Bosco. He exclaimed, he's losing his mind. He took me by the hand, embraced me, and went off with Father Sebastian, leaving me alone in my room.
Thank you for joining us today on this journey to know Don Bosco. May these reflections deepen our faith, guide us closer to God each day, and hope to see you all tomorrow. Till then, keep seeking, keep praying, keep growing.